The first leaves were turning, painting the forest in hues of gold, amber and crimson. Each leaf seemed to tell a story of the passing seasons, a reminder of the cycle of life. A chill wind whispered through the forest, rustling the leaves and carrying with it the scent of impending winter. The forest, once vibrant with the sounds of summer, now echoed with a quiet, contemplative stillness. Arya, a young steppe eagle with eyes like golden coins, felt a familiar pull deep within her. Summer was ending, and the instinctual call of migration stirred her soul. She perched on a high branch, surveying the changing landscape. It was time to go. With a powerful thrust of her wings, she launched into the sky, leaving behind the only home she had ever known. Her birthplace in the Russian plains would soon be gripped by ice, transforming the familiar terrain into a frozen, inhospitable expanse. The once lush fields would be buried under a blanket of snow. Survival meant a perilous journey south, a journey fraught with challenges and dangers. The path ahead was long and arduous, stretching thousands of miles to warmer lands where food was plentiful. Thousands of miles to warmer lands. Arya wasn't alone in this epic voyage. She was part of a grand migration, a timeless ritual that connected her to countless generations of eagles before her. Arya wasn't alone. Across the continent, birds were gathering. The skies were filled with the fluttering of wings and the calls of countless species, each preparing for their own journey. Swallows twittered in the trees, preparing for their long flight. Their small bodies belied the incredible distances they would travel, driven by the same ancient instinct that guided Arya. Cranes bugled in the marshes, forming vast swirling formations. Their calls echoed across the wetlands, a symphony of nature's resilience and determination. The air thrummed with anticipation, the collective heartbeat of a continent on the move. Each bird, from the smallest sparrow to the mightiest eagle, played a part in this grand exodus. Arya watched the older eagles. She had only made this journey once before, as a fledgling clinging to her mother's tail feathers. The memory of that first migration was etched in her mind, a blend of fear and wonder. Now she was on her own. The weight of responsibility pressed on her wings, but so did the thrill of independence. This was her journey to make, her story to write. The thought sent a shiver down her spine, a mix of fear and excitement. The unknown lay ahead, but so did the promise of new horizons and endless skies. She spread her wings, feeling the wind ruffle her feathers. It was a sensation that spoke of freedom and the boundless possibilities that awaited her. It was time to answer the ancient call. With a final glance at the forest below, Arya soared into the sky, ready to embrace the journey that lay ahead. With a powerful thrust of her wings, Arya launched herself into the sky. The ground fell away beneath her as she ascended, her feathers catching the wind perfectly. Each beat of her wings was a testament to her strength and grace, propelling her higher and higher. The forest shrank below her, a patchwork of golds and reds. The vibrant autumn colors painted a breathtaking mosaic, a reminder of the beauty she was leaving behind. The trees, once towering and imposing, now seemed like mere specks on a vast canvas. She climbed higher, the air thinning and growing colder. The chill bit at her feathers, but she pressed on, driven by an unyielding determination. The higher she flew, the more the world below blurred into insignificance. The sun beat down on her back, a beacon guiding her south. Its warmth was a stark contrast to the cold air, a comforting presence in the vast expanse of the sky. It was as if the sun itself was urging her onward, lighting her path. The sky was filled with birds. They moved as one, a synchronized dance of wings and feathers. Each bird played its part in the grand migration, a spectacle of nature's precision and unity. Thousands upon thousands, all heading in the same direction. The sheer number of them was awe-inspiring, a testament to the power of instinct and the call of the wild. They were bound together by a common purpose, an ancient journey that spanned generations. Geese honked, ducks quacked, and storks soared gracefully on thermals. Each species had its own unique call, creating a symphony of sounds that filled the air. The diversity of the flock was a beautiful reminder of the variety of life that shared this journey. Arya joined a group of steppe eagles, their dark forms silhouetted against the clouds. They were majestic and powerful, their presence a reassuring sight. Together they formed a formidable team, each bird contributing to the strength of the group. They flew in silence, their eyes scanning the landscape below. Every movement was calculated, every glance purposeful. They were hunters and navigators, masters of the skies. The journey was long and arduous. Each mile tested their endurance, but they pressed on, driven by an inner compass that never wavered. The path was fraught with challenges, but they faced each one with unwavering resolve. They flew for days on end, stopping only to rest and hunt. These brief respites were precious, moments to gather strength and prepare for the next leg of the journey. The rhythm of flight and rest became a steady cadence, a dance of survival. The wind buffeted them, trying to knock them off course. It was a relentless adversary, but they leaned into it, using their wings to navigate the turbulent air. Each gust was a challenge, but also an opportunity to demonstrate their resilience. Rain lashed at their feathers, soaking them to the bone. The downpour was relentless, each drop a tiny weight pulling them down. But they shook off the water and continued, their spirits undampened by the storm. But still they flew on. Their determination was unbreakable, their will as strong as the winds they battled. Each beat of their wings was a testament to their perseverance. Driven by instinct, by an ancient rhythm older than time itself, this journey was more than a migration. It was a timeless odyssey, a testament to the enduring spirit of life. The call of the wild was a song they all knew by heart, guiding them through the skies. Eastern Europe unfurled beneath Aria's wings. Vast forests gave way to rolling plains, a tapestry of greens and browns stretching to the horizon. Rivers snaked like silver ribbons, reflecting the sun. She saw herds of deer scattering at their approach, their hooves drumming on the ground. They crossed the Carpathian Mountains, their peaks shrouded in mist. The air grew thin and cold. Aria could feel the burn in her lungs as she struggled to stay aloft. But she pushed on, driven by the need to reach warmer lands. They followed ancient flyways, invisible highways in the sky. These routes, passed down through generations, led them over the easiest terrain, the best thermals, the richest hunting grounds. Aria marveled at the instinct that guided them, an invisible force connecting them to their ancestors. The Black Sea stretched before them, a vast expanse of dark water. This was the most dangerous part of the journey. No land in sight, no shelter from the wind and the waves. Many birds perished here, their strength failing them before they reached the other side. Aria felt a tremor of fear. The sea seemed to stretch on forever. The wind whipped at her feathers, trying to drag her down. She kept close to the other eagles, drawing strength from their numbers. They flew low over the water, their wingtips almost brushing the waves. Hours turned into days. Exhaustion gnawed at Aria's bones. Her wings felt heavy, her vision blurred, but still, she flew on. Land, when it finally appeared on the horizon, was a welcome sight. They made landfall in Anatolia, a rugged land of mountains and valleys. This was a crossroads for migrating birds, a place where eagles from Asia and Europe met and mingled. The air was filled with their cries, a cacophony of shrieks and whistles. Aria joined a group of young eagles circling a carcass. Food was scarce on the journey and competition was fierce. She had to fight for every scrap, using her sharp talons and beak to fend off rivals. They rested for a few days, regaining their strength. Aria felt the pull of the south growing stronger. She was eager to reach her wintering grounds, to feel the warmth of the sun on her feathers once more. The landscape changed as they flew further south. Gone were the forests and plains of Europe. In their place were deserts and grasslands, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. This was Asia, a land of both beauty and danger. They reached their wintering grounds, a vast wetland teeming with life. Here the air was alive with the sound of birdsong. Flocks of ducks and geese blackened the sky. Fish shimmered in the shallows. For Aria it was a land of plenty. She feasted on fish, her hunger finally sated. She soared high above the wetlands, her heart filled with a sense of accomplishment. She had done it, she had survived the journey. Winter settled over the land. The days grew shorter, the nights longer. Aria spent her days hunting and basking in the sun. She preened her feathers, repairing the damage from the long journey. She met other young eagles, sharing stories of their travels and the challenges they had faced. They played games in the sky, testing their aerial skills against one another. Arya felt a sense of camaraderie with these birds, a bond forged in the shared experience of migration. As the weeks passed, Arya felt her strength returning. Her feathers grew thick and glossy. Her muscles, honed by the long flight, were powerful and agile. She was ready for anything. As Arya soared high above the Asian plains, she felt the wind beneath her wings, a force both familiar and ancient. The landscape below stretched out endlessly, a mosaic of colors and textures that told stories of time and change. She thought about the generations of eagles that had flown this same route before her. Each one had faced its own challenges, yet they all followed the same path, guided by an invisible force, an unbroken chain stretching back thousands of years. The sky was their highway, the sun their compass, and the stars their map. The urge to migrate was more than just instinct. It was a calling, a deep-seated need that resonated within her very being. It was encoded in her very DNA, a genetic memory passed down through countless generations. She was part of something ancient and powerful, a living link in a chain that connected the past to the present. A cycle of life that had played out for millennia through changing seasons and shifting landscapes. She felt a sense of awe at the sheer scale of it all. The mountains, rivers and forests below were all part of this grand tapestry. Millions upon millions of birds, each one a tiny thread in the vast fabric of migration. All following the same invisible pathways, the same ancient rhythms that had guided their ancestors. She knew that one day she would pass this knowledge on to her own offspring. She would teach them the ways of the sky, the secrets of the wind, and the mysteries of the stars. She would guide them through their first flights, showing them how to read the currents and navigate the vast expanse of the sky. The secrets of the wind would become their own, a legacy of knowledge passed down through the ages, and so the cycle would continue, an endless dance between earth and sky, a timeless journey that connected the past, present, and future in a seamless flow of life and movement. Spring arrived, bringing with it the promise of new life. The days grew longer, the air warmer. The trees burst into bloom, their branches laden with fragrant blossoms. Arya felt a familiar restlessness stirring within her. It was time to return home. She would soon begin the long journey north, back to the forests and plains of her birth. She would face new challenges, new dangers, but she was ready. She was a steppe eagle, and the sky was her domain. She took to the sky, her wings carrying her higher and higher. Below her, the wetlands teemed with life. Birdsong filled the air, a symphony of hope and renewal. Arya joined the throng, her heart filled with a sense of anticipation. The journey home awaited.